We're back and we got
I don't think we can take it right now.
yeah, no, we got asses handed to us, so we're gonna come back to that quest later. For now, we're gonna check up on the other quests. If we can do them, we can. So there should be. Wait, oh yeah, there's one on the highway. There's one inside the palace, apparently.
I don't sense any more enemies.
Because there are no enemies.
I think Hoodle's hungry.
Funny. I could have sworn that was your stomach making all the racket.
I see someone who looks troubled about something.
A little compassion.
Oh? Yeah. Yeah. Why?
What?
Yeah. Got it. Great. I hate that woman.
She was a handful, wasn't she?
What's wrong with being passionate? Not to mention, she was kind of cute.
Of course that's why you like her. Well... yeah.
Anti-tracking damage? Ugh, I could have used that earlier.
I don't think I'll ever quite warm up to her, but I can respect her passion for books. You've got a good sense for people, don't you, Dohalim?
You honor me with your kind words.
That can't be. No.
What is this, some kind of Ichi anime? You blow your clothes right off. Oh my god.
Oh, wow!
Oh my god, really, man?
Hey!
What are you getting so excited for? He's an Ichi fan, and you've watched like Sekirei or High School DxD. You know what I'm talking about.
Uh-huh.
Oh? Why?
Whoa!
Watch it! Hey!
Oh?
Huh? No way.
Hey!
We finally made it.
Oh, that must be the bull they want us to fight. Oh boy. Actually, shouldn't it say what level it wants to be? Alright, Owl Force and doesn't say what level is required. Well, we're about to find out. Save.
You can tell it's tough just looking at it.
Yeah, it'd probably mess us up good.
Yeah, I don't think we should mess with it yet. We can always come back for it.
I feel like somebody's watching us.
Hello.
Huh.
Huh?
Kisara.
Right!
Okay, now I'm ready to head out.
You finally made it.
Okay, off we go.
Mahag Sar. That makes 4 out of the 5 realms that I've visited now.
I wonder what kind of lord we're gonna find there.
It doesn't matter. If they try to get in our way, we'll take them down and that'll be that.
Annihilation! Here! Flame of Fury!
It's over!
Ready? Strike!
Hurricane Thrust!
If they rush here, you gotta jump for cover. We're getting started.
Megasonic Thrust! Double Demon!
You made quick work of them.
Want me to pick up your
So
slack
now-
then?
Just pointing it out.
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Well then, I should probably think about tonight's menu.
Out of our way!
Here I come! It's over!
A big water
I know! Here I come!
Flame of Fury!
Here I come!
I'm just getting
Double Demon Fang!
now!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
See that?
That training's paying off! You're mine!
Anything in armor is all mine.
You're on! I'm on! This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind
Come on,
me.
got it! I'll leave it to you!
Astral energy!
Here I come!
Now!
Remove!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
You sure showed them.
All in a day's work. What's this thing?
Red Jasmine. Oh, there you are.
Look, Hoodle, one of your buddies. Little
You
help.
require a hand.
Photon blast.
Can't get out of this! Here!
Now. This one's mine.
You're mine!
Now.
Damn it! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
See that?
That training's paying off!
Waterfall.
You're on!
Lancer.
Here I
Too
come!
much to handle.
It's over!
Air thrust. With this, I can become even stronger.
A fish.
I didn't realize there was a pond here.
Yeah, this is Taka Pond. And it happened to have saved my life once upon a time.
What do you mean?
As a kid, I survived life under the past lords by escaping here when I needed to. It's terrible to swim in, but great for catching a bite for dinner away from Ren and eyes. Bear in mind, our rations back then weren't enough to live off of. You had to take matters into your own hands if you wanted enough food to survive.
But how did you catch them? With your bare hands?
That might take a while. Fish are prone to swim away at the first sign of trouble. I'd put bait or a lure on a line and use it with a fishing rod. You must not be familiar with fishing if this sounds new to you. Here, let me show you how it's done.
Fishing.
Where should I cast my line? Hup! There we go.
Reminds
I'll
me
catch
of
something bigger next
Final
time.
Fantasy
Nice work.
fishing.
Reel it in. Well, that wasn't much of a challenge.
You sure know what you're doing.
And that's all there is to it.
Wow. It seems like you need to have good reflexes to catch anything. I don't know if it's really for me. Kisara? I think I've seen enough.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm just in my own little world when I go fishing.
Looks like we're going to be here for a while.
That's how fishing goes. You wait for a bite, and then the real battle begins. Miguel told me that different fish live in different regions, and you have to pick the right rod and lure for what you're hoping to catch.
But that doesn't change the fact it's a giant time sink.
Of course, each fish has its own unique flavor, too. And some of them are supposed to be extremely delicious.
Oh,
When you put it like that, maybe it's worth me trying my hand at fishing after all.
You're just in it for the food.
I was hoping we'd get to fish during our travels. And it just so happens I made sure to grab my brother's old rod before I left Vicente. So, if you ever feel like fishing when we've got a little downtime, just let me know.
Good
sounds
to hear.
good.
Thanks for showing us. Okay!
I'm always amazed what healing arts can do.
Just doing my job. No need to thank me.
You got... guys want to rest here?
silence.
Hey. Is it just me, or have those two barely spoken a single word to one another?
I know, right? But after everything that happened with Miguel, is it really any wonder?
Kinda puts a damper on the whole journey though, huh? How long do you think they're gonna keep this up?
If it bothers you that much, why don't you ask them?
Why do I have to ask?
How come you walk together like that?
She really doesn't beat around the bush.
You mean Kisara and myself?
You hadn't noticed? You've been practically joined at the hip ever since we left Vicente.
I guess it's force of habit, most likely. I was always ready to protect him, should the need arise. It sort of came with the job description.
Right. From being in the Elder Menancia Guard. Although, Dohalim's pretty capable of defending himself, isn't he?
Having guards doesn't necessarily mean the one being guarded is weak. No one's perfect all the time.
Even so, it's not like they're entirely wrong, Kisara. You're no longer in my employ, after all.
I don't know. I mean, if it's what she's used to and you're both comfortable with it, then who are we to judge?
But she doesn't serve him anymore. It isn't normal for her to keep following him around like she still does.
You know, she's probably right. And a lot has changed over the last few days. I guess it wouldn't hurt to rethink our relationship in light of the new circumstances. Perhaps I'll give it some thought after all. Does that sound all right by you?
Of course.
You might want to stop asking his permission for every little thing while you're at it.
Sorry. It's not that easy, shaking off old habits. I'll probably need a little time to get fully used to it. I've noticed that sometimes we come across enemies who fight like you, and try to dodge our attacks at the last second.
I hate those guys. I can get some hits in when they move into attack, but otherwise they slip past damn near everything else I throw at them.
If what you're seeking is a way to more reliably hit them, there is a solution.
Try to outclass them on reflexes?
I possess the ability to command Earth elemental beings to some extent. They emerge as the land itself and take root on my command. They will swiftly bind the enemies, at which point you can dispatch them.
Huh?
What he means is that he can make plants grow to hold the enemies in place. At least I think that's probably what he's saying.
I'm glad at least one of us understands him. So basically, if we find an enemy that likes to dodge, we should let Dohalim handle it.
I shall do what I can within my modest means to help.
Anything to forge? Oh shoot, there's a lot to forge. What the hell is this, a golden sword? Oh, okay.
I always love the sound of hammers banging away.
looking at me like that?
That armor you wear is standard issue for the Menancian Guard, right?
Originally, I've added some flair to it in a lot of places.
I noticed, especially with that open back.
We guardsmen pride ourselves on never showing our back to our enemies. It's my way of making myself live up to that. Plus, it makes it that much lighter and easier to maintain.
Dohalim, do you have anything to say about this?
Every guardsman is allowed to wear their armor as they see fit.
And you, Law?
Huh? Why are you asking me? This is perfect! I'll have everybody...
Dohalim, care if I hang out for a while? You worried about what's going on with Menancia?
What makes you think that?
Well, you were speaking to Kisara earlier, weren't you?
It's rude to listen in on others, you know.
Sorry. I didn't hear what you two were actually talking about, though. I just figured it was Menancia since it was the two of you.
I am but a former lord who has abandoned his post. I'm no longer in a position to lead the realm in any capacity whatsoever. Yet Kisara still seeks out my opinions, knowing full well that is the case. This despite the fact I am no longer her master either.
Couldn't it be precisely because you're not her master anymore? It's natural for friends to want to hear each other's opinions.
I hadn't considered that possibility.
It's funny what you miss sometimes.
Hardly uncommon among artistic types such as myself. When lordships are decided based solely on one's astral energy, it can lead to funny results.
But even so, you still took your job as lord seriously, didn't you?
Certainly. I learned to perform my functions. However, I was less interested in ruling, so much as avoiding life and death decisions. Of course, such a mentality in the end led only to sickening pain and death taking place elsewhere out of sight. I pretended not to see or hear any of it, content to let our supposed peace and equality keep me blind and deaf to reality. I was a fool.
But you're making amends.
I would like to think so. The path ahead is dark, yet I still walk on. I merely pray that I shan't fall down any holes along the way. Do you mind watching our camp tonight? Shall we get moving?
Now, there is this roasted chicken. Where do I find that?
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
I just noticed none of you other Danans have spirit cores. Why is that?
Both of my parents were part of the resistance in Calaglia. In fact, my birth was kept a secret from the Renans.
Mine too. We always lived in hiding, so I never had a spirit core embedded in me like I was supposed to.
What about you, Alphen? You were a slave in Calaglia before all this, weren't you?
To be completely honest, I'm not sure why I don't have one. All the other Dahnan slaves around me did. I was the only exception. They tended to keep their distance from me to avoid attracting any attention from the soldiers, because of my mask and all. What about you, Kisara? Do you still have your spirit core?
No. I was able to find a good Renan doctor who's sympathetic to our kind, and had them remove it before I left. They did such a great job, the procedure didn't even leave a scar.
One of the benefits of coexistence, huh?
I know that once the spirit vessel was shut down, there wasn't much need for me to hurry. But still, I didn't like having that mark of servitude lingering on me any longer than I had to. It may sound a little strange to hear me say this, but I'm just me now. Not a guardsman or a slave. I'm my own woman. And this is my chance to have a new beginning.
This sure is one rugged road. You'd think they'd keep this at least a little better maintained, right?
Why spend energy fixing that which is rarely used? Repairs require time and effort, which in our world means slaves, often in great numbers. For you, it may be a simple request, but that can quickly become another's difficult burden. Nobody gains anything without someone expending effort.
And you know, somehow that someone always ends up being a Dahnan, while the Renans are the ones who gain.
True enough. Ideally, in a perfect world, I think it's only fair that the ones who need it should be the ones to perform the work.
However, when doing so could be dangerous like it is here, there are many who would prefer that it be others who risk their lives in their stead.
So, what you're saying is that people will just put up with the inconvenience until someone else comes along to fix it for them?
Indeed. And it is those who can no longer bear that feeling that inevitably take action. Much like the Dahnans in our group do so now. As strange as it may be to hear such a thing from the likes of myself.
It's true that most of the Dahnans in Calaglia have been resigned to just accepting things as they are. Still, we can't just blame them for...
What are you making that face for? You're not worn out already, are you?
Nah, just regretting I ever said anything in the first place.
Bad feeling about this.
No escape! It's over!
Glacial Spear!
Now I'm in the clear!
Airborne Beast! My spec!
You're finished! Double Demon Fang!
I'm free!
I'm not done!
Just sit still!
Come and see them! Can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
Win!
Glacial Spear!
Mirage!
Here's the evil!
Touch the dust! Double Demon Fang! Take this!
Magic is
Take this!
It's over!
Well, someone seems in tip-top form.
Nothing new about that.
And still as humble as ever.
Double Demon Fang! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet and... The true power of the Blazing Sword.
It's only as strong as the one who wields it.
You truly mean that? Thank you.
All right.
There's nowhere to run from my heart. When he slows down, that's our chance. You're mine!
It's like grinding up to the wall!
It's mine! Hurricane Thrust!
Hear me! Super swallow!
Can't
In a bind?
Double demon fang! You're right back!
The earth throbs in pain.
Searing flame! Reload!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah! Smuggle it to me!
Burning strike!
Glimmer Dragon!
It's time!
Lightning
Double demon fang!
Alright!
You're finished!
Wow, I'm impressed.
Double demon fang! Tear!
What's this?
Take this! It's over!
Gravitas field! Searing flame!
Megasonic thrust!
Radio cascade!
Great!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
You cut them apart to your heart's
Feeling
content.
gale!
Talon hurricane!
Double demon fang!
Get toasty!
Burn strike!
Got some interesting moves there, Dohalim. I'm glad you're on our side.
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make myself useful to you all. Huh?
What's wrong?
We seem to have come across some rather unusual objects.
What, you mean that pile of garbage?
No mere garbage, I assure you. Still, I've never seen anything shaped like it before. I'm intrigued.
Are you curious about this stuff, Rinwell?
Yeah. I think he might have found some old Danon relics. They look like the remains of a bunch of objects that disappeared after the Renans first invaded.
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a second thought. I imagine the sight must be unsettling to you.
Not really, just that it must be nice to be a Renan who has time to indulge in stuff like that, unlike the rest of us.
Are you interested in this stuff too, Dohalim?
Charmed may be a better turn of phrase. I simply love objects that can give me a sense of what their maker was thinking, the history that went into their creation. You see, we Renans have hardly any such objects that trace back to our distant past.
I still don't understand what you two find so intriguing about it, though.
Why not? We're talking about our own culture here.
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now, does it? It's just old. Real old.
Oh, but it does. Holding it in your hands like this, one can feel and engage with the distant past in a way no history book can ever accomplish.
I'll take your word for it. Well, seeing as it's Danon history, just make sure you're careful with it. All right, Dohalim?
But of course.
Finally!
That treasure. What a sweet-sounding ring it had.
You really think so?
Visibility along this path will remain limited for some time. Take care not to get ambushed.
I'm surprised you know the terrain here so well. Lords don't strike me as having much time for wandering in the woods.
Sometimes I would take strolls along here when I wished to be alone.
You always did have a bad habit of disappearing without telling any of us guardsmen.
This might go well in that new recipe.
Can't wait to see what you make.
You're the one making it.
Oh man, I hope I live long enough to regret this.
I'm not done!
In here, it's a duel of the arts! Here I go!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Searing flame! Reload!
Take it!
Piercing!
There!
Arc seal! Freeze lancer!
We are freaking invincible!
Falcon and the others
These
truly
little
are
ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
Now I'm in the groove!
Rending flash!
Glimmer dragon!
Double demon fang!
No further!
Here I come! It's over!
Whoa! Quit staring and concentrate on the fight.
Not
I will
today!
take orders from you.
You're mine! It's over! Okay, here we go! Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
Quite necessary when creating weaponry.
This won't be easy. Don't be such a pessimist.
You're mine! Double demon fang! Severing wind! Devastation!
I'm not so good with airborne targets.
You're finished! Here I come!
Sealed!
Pesky airborne scoundrel.
Sounds like a job for you truly.
I'm like bait today!
Dragon swarm!
Prepare to be sealed!
Explosive ring!
Well, we're on the home stretch now.
Don't
This ends now!
consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
Double demon fang! Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
This should come in handy when crafting weapons.
It's so hilly around here. I can feel my feet getting blisters.
That's mountain hiking for you. It can be pretty tough if you're not used to these sorts of trails.
I take it you're comfortable with them then?
Oh yeah. We used to run up and down these slopes all the time for our training exercises.
Damn. You weren't messing around.
I have a bad feeling about
This
this.
one's all mine! Ignite!
You don't mind if I do.
Here I come!
Giant supernova! Lunar
Turbine Alpha! They've got fire!
This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes! I'm surrounded!
Not a chance! Lunar Rongo! Hurricane Thrust!
Lunar
Here I come!
Leave the enemy's arch to me!
In a bind here!
You're finished!
Razor Cyclone!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Flame of Fury!
Eternal Devastation! Double Demon Fang! Now! You're mine! It's over!
Now!
Shield!
This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes!
Glacial
Now!
Pierce Evil!
Burn!
Now I'm in the groove!
Crush! Take this!
I'm even stronger than before.
I got a really bad feeling about this.
Double Demon Fang! I'm not done!
Confiscated.
Lightning Double Demon Fang! Here I come!
Mega Ray. I never miss.
You're mine!
Do it.
You're finished! Live up!
Astral energy.
Say no more! Got it!
Well
My
done.
turn! Okay, start up!
Dance in the
You're
wind.
on! First strike!
The enemy heals Arc too.
We'll soon see about that. Lunar Collision.
Take this!
One more time.
Take this!
There.
You're on!
I'm just getting
You're mine!
Now.
Nicely done, Shion.
You're slacking. Step it up.
Yeah. I still got a ways to go. No choice.
Glacial
Here I come.
Piercing.
Try harder. Not a chance. Ignite.
Freeze ray. Ice field.
I'll smash you! Now I'm in the groove!
You're finished. Here.
I'm on it!
Double Demon Fang. Damn it.
Prepare to be sealed, O fleet of heart. Actually, perhaps sound is more appropriate.
Less talking, more doing. I'll show you just how strong my arts
Double
really
Demon
are.
Fang. Mega Sonic Sun. You're mine. You're finished.
Lunar Collision.
You're mine.
I'll take it from here. Let's see how you handle this. Deus Roar. Lunar Corruption.
It's over. Here I come.
Now we're never. In a bind?
No escape.
Now.
Shion!
This one's got your name on it.
Action to action!
My turn.
It's over! That's what I get for shooting too high.
Devastation.
Anything in armor is over! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis.
Tear. Here I come.
Let me help. Feel.
This one's all
There
mine.
you go!
Strike.
I feel like me again!
Win.
Searing Flame. Reload.
Searing Gale.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
I think I'm getting stronger. This might be some decent equipment.
Anything that makes battles easier is okay by me.
Okay, I wonder how long this game actually is.
More Danon runes here too, I see.
What were people even thinking back then? Trying to build anything around here.
Maybe they just had that much time and energy on their hands.
Something like this should be easy. You're mine! Double Demon Fang!
Here goes! Go get him!
Searing Gale!
Gemini Aqua!
Double Demon
Not
Fang!
on my watch! That's for
It's
you!
over.
Let me help!
Double Demon Fang!
If it's in the
Take this!
style, it's mine!
Astral Art?
That's my cue!
Take this! Shut him down! Not today!
Celestial Hammer!
Light Burst Force!
Radiant Genesis! Here's a healing
Not
arm!
a chance!
My Astral Energy!
Did you just heal me?
Yes, I need you, remember?
Right.
Dragon no further!
Lunar Corruption! That'll come in handy!
Double Demon Fang!
Power
Win!
of water! Magic is there!
He's
Let
dead!
me help.
You're off!
Free
It's
play.
over! Glimmer Dragon! No escape! You're finished! Double Demon Fang!
Swallow
Here! This could be useful. What's this thing?
I have a bad feeling about this.
Raging Cascade!
It's gone! You're mine! It's over! Megasonic Thrust!
Here's a healing arm!
What's the ring?
One more time!
Eagle Assault! You're finished!
Where are you going?
You're mine!
Do it! Law! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Hurricane! You're mine!
I'm ready to
You're
rock!
on! Move it!
Now we're never.
Hurricane! Double Demon Fang!
Light Burst Force!
Radiant Genesis! Glacial
My
Spear!
turn.
Pierce evil!
I'm not... Stardust! This one's all mine! No escape! Double Demon Fang!
I'm ready for the next battle!
I sure have built up a sweat with this hike.
Rest assured, we have reached the top. It's all downhill from here, quite literally.
So Mahag Sar's just up ahead then?
Indeed. If you look, across this mountain is the Lord's Keep.
What's this place here? Some kind of old house?
I don't know about that. If I had to guess, it probably served as some kind of shrine.
So still a house, in a sense. Just for a god.
No choice! Take this! Double Demon Fang!
My Astral Energy! Don't mind if I do! Lunar Blast!
Take this! You're finished!
Please, Cloud.
Dance! Ignite!
I can carve through armor!
Blast away!
You're far enough! No further!
Healing Circle!
There you go!
Tempest Whirl!
Do they not teach you to say thank you, Indiana? And not to a Renan they don't?
I'm not done!
Annihilation!
Milan! Hurricane! In an instant! Impact Block!
Lightning
My
Condemned!
turn!
Primed and ready!
Strike!
Gemini! This one's mine!
Here I come!
Never once did!
Well, someone seems in tip-top form. Nothing new about that.
You're mine!
And still as humble as ever.
Show me! In an instant! Impact Block!
Step back! This one's all law!
Get lost!
Here I come! Wind! Take this! It's over!
Now I'm real mad!
I'm on it!
Better!
Take Hurricane! You're mine! Double Demon Fang!
I'll heal you all!
Mirage!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Here, let me help.
Hurricane!
Grenade!
Eagle Fly!
It's showtime!
Now you see what I can do!
Magna
Take it!
do it! This one's got your name on it!
Action to action.
Let's keep our eyes on the prize. Get lost!
Here I come.
I'll heal you up in the stockpile.
Swallow me. Escape.
Healing
Take
circle!
this! I lost myself in the heat of the moment. I'm sorry to be a bother.
We've all got enough.
Yes, ma'am. These sticks have got your name on them.
Freeze Lancer! Dance in the wind!
You're finished.
In here! Healing people all tucked away!
Shoot back.
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Too much to handle?
Take this.
Here, let me help.
Severing wind. Devastation.
It must take guts to fight without a weapon.
I'm not brave. I just do what I have to.
If you're ever in a pinch, just say the word.
Your power is...
Hey! Blow them away!
How much longer will our healing arts last? Through these lands most verdant green, my eyes alight for sights unseen. In Menancia, pure and pristine.
What is it you see exactly?
That's not for me to say.
This'll be a delicious piece of cake. This one's mine.
Hey, when did I get so popular?
Here I go. Now we're not
Denied!
Take this.
Armor won't save you!
Take this.
Here I come! Eat this!
Burn in hell.
All finish you here and now!
Can't hear you forever. Confiscated.
I'm not done.
Here.
Eat this. It's over.
Take this!
Feel the
Bang.
More for the stockpile.
Explosive ring.
Do it.
Shield!
This one's got your name on it.
Action to action!
Glacial Spear. Here's evil.
You're finished.
Do
You're
it.
on.
Photon.
My turn. Here I come.
I never miss. Crazy cascade.
Come on,
Now.
Shield.
Get toasty.
Burn strike!
Right. Next one.
My turn! Already on!
I need to be stronger.
I just get a new art. Nope.
We got some good equipment!
I can't say its appearance is to my tastes, personally.
Guess I misread the landing.
escape! You're mine! You're finished! Mirage! Severing wind! Double demon fang! You're mine! It's on! You're mine! Mirage! Here I come! Double demon fang! You're mine! Mirage! Hurricane strike! You're mine! I've still got a ways to go. Ow! Double demon fang! Tear! Hurricane thrust! Rip it! Tear! Stardust! Mirage!
I'm out of arrows. Back into the fray. Dance in the wind.
It's over!
Here and now!
Mirage!
Hurricane! Didn't even break a sweat.
Shit, that's not what I wanted to do.
This one's mine. The astral energy as it is.
Take this!
Quicker rescue.
Double demon fang!
Eagle
Ignite! We turn the tables on him.
There are still more left.
Right. No time to hold back. Try this! Inferno Torrent! Severing wind! Mirage! Inferno Torrent!
Sleep now.
You're mine!
Let's get you all
No
tucked away.
escape!
Lunar Corinthian! Super Sword!
Devastation!
Mirage! Do it!
Here we come!
Hey! Blow them away!
Radiant
Not a chance.
Here!
Do
it! Air thrust! Too much
Here I come!
I'll finish you here!
With this, I can become even stronger.
I need something to eat. That's no ordinary enemy I see over there.
I have a bad feeling about this.
This should do it! Enough done! Double demon fang!
Not my watch.
It's on!
I can carve through! I'm on a roll now!
Ignite! You're finished!
Can't get out of this! Do it well!
Frozen.
Hammer!
My turn!
Sleep now.
That's
Megasonic thrust!
Get you all tucked
Try
away.
this!
Hurricane!
Explosive ring! You're mine! It's over!
Where are you going? Watch it!
You're mine! It's over!
Shiny
Double demon
Supernova!
fang! Eat this!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! See that?
That training's paying off! Strike! I'll take you all off! Rising Falcon!
Eagle Fly!
Eternal Devastation! Follow me! In an instant! Impact Cross!
I've been doing really great lately.
Is this where I need to go? It is this where I need to go.
Still thinking about how to act around Dohalim?
That obvious, huh? Except I don't think I'll be changing much after all. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to stay his servant. However, I am going to treat him like a fellow comrade, the same way I would with you or anyone else. For as long as I can remember, I've spent my life protecting others. But isn't that what friends do too? Support and protect one another in times of need?
Which in the end pretty much means doing as you've always done, right? If that's what you're most comfortable with, I'm certainly not going to give you any grief over it.
Actually, I've been thinking about how I ought to act around you all as well.
Oh?
When I set out on this journey, it was to rid Eldomenencia of its enemies and search for wisdom in the outside world. Wisdom that I could potentially put to use on my return. I'm grateful to you all for letting me tag along. But it got me thinking, what am I actually contributing by being here?
What are you talking about? You know how to hold a weapon, don't you? That's help enough.
Is it though? Sometimes I wish there was more I could be doing to pull my...
Oops, sorry about that. Jeez, I'm famished.
Now that you mention it, what do you guys normally do for food and meals when you're out and about on your travels?
What do you mean, what do we do? We find stuff to eat and eat it. So long as it's meat, I'm not fussy.
Eating what you like can be good for morale in the short term, but you need to think about your diet if you want to stay healthy.
Does that mean eating vegetables too?
Isn't that obvious?
It does, which I guess hasn't been happening up till now.
Yeah, to be honest, we could be eating better than we do.
Understood. In that case, I'll just have to make sure you're all staying healthy and eating right myself. Fortunately, I happen to know a thing or two about cooking as well.
You hear that, Law? Sounds like you'll be eating your greens after all.
What is it?
No, sorry, it's just... I was just wondering if you had any thoughts on all this.
It will do her good to have a project.
No, not Kisara. I meant you. Was there anything you wanted to add?
Me? Certainly you're not looking to me for culinary skill, like...
Typical Renan, leaving everything to someone else.
Rinwell, I don't think...
That said, should you need my skills on the battlefield, please rest assured I have no intention of shirking my responsibilities, regardless of who we may face.
I'm sure no one doubts that. Listen, guys, if we're traveling together, we should probably at least try to make an effort to get to know one another, don't you think?
I wouldn't get your expectations too high in that regard. Believe it or not, sometimes I'm not sure I even know myself all that well.
Something wrong? You look like you're deep in thought.
Not exactly. I was merely thinking about you two and your sense of etiquette.
Oh?
Etiquette?
Indeed. To be quite frank, I find your lack of manners to be nigh intolerable.
That's not being frank, that's being and forget it. Do we really need to talk about this now?
Yes. I find such impropriety on your parts to be deeply unsettling. It concerns me greatly.
What do you want us to do? We were slaves. We never got to learn how to be proper like you.
Yeah, what he said. Maybe you missed how we were just focused on surviving.
Perhaps, but Kisara here demonstrates that it's quite possible for a Denon to learn proper manners.
That's because I was given the opportunity to learn. Moreover, my duties as a guardsman required it. Not every realm is like Menencia, as you well know.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair to hold us to some other city standards.
Exactly. You've got to remember what it's been like for us living under the Rena elsewhere.
I will concede that you do indeed make a valid point. It would appear, for all my espousing the virtues of equality between our peoples, I was still looking down on the two of you.
You don't need to beat yourself up. I wasn't that offended by what you said, man.
Nevertheless, I shall mind my words from here on out. Having said that, I do believe you two would still benefit from learning the basics of proper society. I would be more than happy to teach you both when we camp out, if you like.
Yeah, no, I'll pass. Acting all prim and proper isn't really my style.
If you say so. How about you, Law? Would you like to learn? Although I suppose my first task is to reform your attitude toward the idea of good etiquette.
You're not gonna let this go, are you?
Alright, since I have to go this way, I'm gonna go the opposite way. Is it raining? I thought I saw rain. Right, up this way. Oh, is that the castle? What the hell is that? Where are we?
What's that big tower over there?
I think the animals back at the ranch should be all grown up by now.
I always loved the sound of hammers banging away.
I'd like to check their wares, if you don't mind.
I'm drenched in sweat.
Dohalim, your spare bracers were getting dirty, so I polished them up along with the rest of your equipment.
Why, thank you, Kisara. I greatly appreciate that.
Oh my god.
Maybe it's just my imagination, but you sure seem to fuss over Dohalim a whole lot, Kisara.
It is a little strange. Almost like you're still in his service.
Really? That's certainly not my intention. Besides, he's not the only one I'm like that with. Hey, Law, I saw your clothes were starting to get holes in them, so I stitched them back up for you.
Oh, wow. Thanks, Kisara.
She's the
Point
mother of the
taken.
group.
Do you just like looking after people?
I wouldn't go so far as to say I like it, but I get anxious if I don't. I'd always like to help if I can. It comes naturally to me. Back in the day, Miguel and I used to look after the younger kids a lot, so that's probably where it comes from. He taught me everything I know, and I mean everything. How to cook with wild plants, how to sew clothes so they'll last. Without him, we never would have been able to survive.
However, you're not a lord anymore, Dohalim. You need to get used to the idea that people aren't just going to wait on you hand and foot.
Yes, you're absolutely right. I'm ashamed to admit that I felt no qualms about her doing all that for me. As both a Renan and especially as a lord, one becomes too accustomed to those beneath you tending to your every need, both Renans and Danans alike.
Sure, that's how all you Renans are probably raised. But just to be clear, we're not your servants, Dohalim. Got that?
Absolutely. Moments such as this provide me with ample opportunity to confront my unease. It is difficult to tend with my own motivations.
What do you mean?
The truth of the matter is that my espousal of coexistence in Menancia hardly came from an idealistic place. That instinctive unease I feel deep within serves as a reminder for what it is that all of us here fight for.
Don't be so hard on yourself. No one's going to abandon you if you aren't always perfect.
Looking at her now, I think she's more like his mom than his servant.
As I said, she's the mom of the group.
Thanks for waiting. Eat as much as you like.
Kisara, let's talk for a bit. Maintaining your shield? It's becoming a familiar sight.
Miguel was the one who taught me how to maintain my equipment after I first joined the Guard. Now, it's just a part of my routine.
Your brother always seems to come up whenever I talk to you.
That's because we had no other relatives, so it was just the two of us growing up. He was my idol, the one I looked up to and wanted to be like. When I became a guardsman, Lagiel wasn't too pleased to see me at first. It was Miguel who really welcomed me aboard.
Lagiel? Oh, right. She was Miguel's second in the Gold Dust Cats, wasn't she?
That's right. She's always been a very critical and down-to-earth person. In other words, the complete opposite of a dreamer like me.
You're more an idealist than some pie-in-the-sky dreamer.
Even so, that's my brother's doing. He'd never let me stop seeing a brighter world. He always did what he could to keep me smiling and happy.
You must have meant a lot to him.
He wasn't just kind, either. He always worked so hard to set an example for me and everyone else around him. He was a true big brother. So much so that when he thought I was asleep, he'd slip out of the house to go training on the outskirts of town.
You seem to know a lot about it.
That's because I only pretended to be asleep and would follow after him. You know what? I'm at a good stopping point with my shield. If you've got time, how about I tell you a couple more Miguel stories?
I guess I'd better get comfortable.
I'll take watch tonight. It's okay. Before we go, do you guys have everything?
Guess I misread the landing.
I don't think we're going any further here. This is probably somewhere we're gonna have to go later.
Be a breeze. Get in, get out.
Megasonic Thrust!
Flame of Fury!
Turtle devastation!
Glacial Spear! Pierce the evil surrounding us!
Here I come! Take range! They've got flyers!
Lead the enemy's arts to me!
No.
Astral Energy!
Say no more! Shot!
Well done! Hear my call!
I'll run you through! Here I come!
Burning!
Water.
Hear my call! Supernova!
It's over!
Eat this!
You're mine! Double Demon Fang!
Do it! Ring roll! Frozen!
Hammer!
Wow! Look what I just found.
Guess I misread the landing.
Hey, let's stop for a minute.
What's up? You already tired?
My armor's pretty heavy. I think I need a little rest.
I second that. All of this walking is starting to take its toll on me as well.
What? You don't look it.
We can't spare the time. There's places we need to be. Mahag Saar's capital, Niez, is our destination right now.
But if one of us collapses, it will only serve to slow us down. And in your case, Alphen is the only one who could carry you. Best to rest while you have the opportunity.
Enough already! I need a break, so we're taking one.
Stubborn.
I don't need you fretting over me.
Fretting? Hey, it's not like I'm...
Oh boy.
Been looking for you.
For me, why?
He's tough!
Who are you? You said you were looking for me. Why?
Beautiful, precious life.
What the...
That is all I desire.
What the hell?
Then why are... fighting? Who even are you?
Feel! Burning!
Here I come! Die! Double Demon Fang!
Freeze Lancer!
Megasonic Thrust!
Let's go!
Run up! Who the hell are you?
This guy's not normal.
Speed is unbelievable.
You mean he even surpasses a lord?
No further.
What? He dodged it. Damn.
Take this. Can't move.
Oh, I'm dead.
Enjoy. Not my finest. Entertain me. Not done yet. You're finished. Take this. Negative. You're mine.
This one's mine. Let me help. First aid.
Now I can let go. Take this.
Water. Hear my call.
Look sharp. In a bind?
Damn. This guy can fight. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, that was close.
Is that all that you've got? Very well. Then die.
Uh-oh.
A wretch like you?
What the hell? What the hell's going on?
Till next time.
Oh, that just happened.
Shion, wake up, please.
Alphen?
Shion.
Thanks, but you're kinda crushing me.
Sorry.
It's okay. And so am I. It's not as bad as it looks.
Not bad. That's... Shion, we thought
I'm
you were...
fine. Really.
What the hell were you thinking?
Well, you were trying to protect me too, you know.
Yeah, but I have the sword. It's different.
It's not different. Besides,
Hmm?
Never mind. It's nothing. Anyway, thank you.
But I didn't... Look, I'm just glad that you're...
Alphen?
Sorry.
That guy said he'd be back. I think maybe we should get moving before he returns, right?
Rinwell has a good point. We need to go. Shion, are you sure you're okay?
That guy was strong. Damn.
Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I already applied some healing arts to it. It didn't even leave a scar.
But his sword went nearly straight through you.
I'm all right. Unless I've turned into some kind of ghost and I'm haunting you all right now.
She making jokes.
No, I know you're not. It's just...
Look, I appreciate you looking out for me, but I'm fine. Really.
There was also that strange light that appeared when Shion was stabbed. It seemed to make the enemy retreat when he saw it. Alphen, do you have any idea what it might have been?
A light? I don't know. I was kind of preoccupied with other things at the time.
Now that I think of it, between that light and the blazing sword, just what sort of person are you, Alphen? Can you use Dahnan astral arts like Rinwell, perhaps?
He wouldn't know, Dohalim. He doesn't have any memories from his past, remember? Besides, we should really be getting out of here.
I suppose you're right. Forgive me. We've almost reached Nias, the capital of Mahag Saar. With any luck, we'll find a place there for Shion to rest. Hey.
That was one hell of an encounter.
How are you holding up after that last fight? You're not too hurt, are you?
I'm fine, really. See for yourself.
If things get too tough out there, go ahead and fall back. I can take a beating if I need to.
I'm not here just to stand around and have everyone protect me.
I get that, but there's nothing wrong with admitting you have weaknesses too.
Do I look like I'm just trying to put on a brave face to you?
I can't feel pain. But you still can, can't you?
Look, I appreciate you're trying to look out for me, but even you go down in fights from time to time. Please, stop trying to babysit me. It's getting old.
It's not that. I just...
Alright guys, I think after that major fight and everything, I think that's where we're gonna end it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Ciao!